I can't sleep sometimes because I'm so scared. And I'm scared to turn my light off because I think when my light's gonna go off, I'm definitely gonna start thinking about dying and what it's gonna be like. I don't want to be burned. I want something to stay behind. And the only thing I can do to have like at least some control is to plan my own funeral. So I think I should do that.
Crawl in and the worms crawl out. The ones that go in are lean and thin. The ones that come out are fat and stout.
The thought of having hundreds of thousands of maggots crawling through my body is just too much for me to handle. But if I want to get over my fear of dying, I'll have to get over my fear of maggots as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, what should you like then? Normally some in half pints or pints then.
So, are these the ones that that eat people when they're dead?
Yeah, that's right. They live off rotten flesh.
That's horrible. Oh my god. No, I'm not going to put my hand in there.
Seriously, listen, honestly, there's no difference between touching that and touching a dog. There's nothing the matter with that at all. When you look at a maggot, it's very dry.
Yeah.
It's different when it's eating meat because the flesh is rotting and then it'll become very, very sticky and slimy. I mean, when you're that far gone, when you've got maggots crawling into your body, nobody want to walk near you because you can stink.
No, not yet.
All the time. Yeah.
No, just put it there first.
No,
Don't put it there close. No, please go there.
Let me touch your skin. That was the maggot.
Was that enough?
No. Pick one up, come on. Pick one up, just one.
Okay, do you have it?
Yeah, there it is. You got it. There, now look at it. When you die, they're going to be crawling all over you by the thousands. Yeah, you've done it.
Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I wouldn't put my hand in there. After my immense bravery, I am ready to start planning. I have no idea where to start, though, so I'm going to look for help. Your death wish. That kind of looks good, actually. Looks happy. There's one thing certain in life, and that's death. So why not try to accept the inevitable and have a little fun? Perfect. I am in Hyde Park to meet the creator of YourDeathWish.com and ask her for advice. How many people are doing it right now?
There's about 3,000. It started at the end of last month, so there's about 3,000 new members.
Wow.
Maybe death isn't morbid. That's the kind of thing I want to put forward. Maybe it isn't morbid. Maybe it's all right. Maybe it's just part of the process. And if we look at it in a different point of view and have fun with it rather than taking it so seriously, maybe it won't be so scary.
What's the first thing I should do?
If you're planning it now,
yeah,
you should look into where you want to be buried. You should look into obviously your favourite songs, your music, what poems you like, but definitely writing letters to loved ones in case you do die, specifying, saying goodbye and things like that. I think that's important. I just think looking into researching and finding out where you want to be buried, what sort of style of funeral you want, and what sort of party you want afterwards. I think that's probably the most important thing.
Great. All very illuminating. I'm so excited. Can't wait to start. Shall we pick some funeral songs?
I have to sell.
Maybe that's a bit too obvious. Now this is called Funkadelic, which I think I am. A bit.
If you will suck my soul, I will lick your funky...
Yeah, no, inappropriate. Very disappointing. all music that exists is bad. My mom always told me, if you want something done properly, do it yourself. First of all, I'm really smart, very grounded as a person. I don't involve in any unnecessary movement. I'm really nice as well. Well, that's already, let's start with that, okay? I thought long and hard about this, and I think this is the right song for my funeral. Dear Debs, we miss you so, because you are dead and stiff and cold. But when alive, you were so smart, the person we went to for advice. So grounded as a person, never conceited or arrogant. Your sarcasm was of the highest standards, and so was your morality. And now you're gone, your life motto seems so right, as you said. I don't involve in any unnecessary movement. And indeed, you are now dead. Now I've got my perfect song, I have to think about something else. My last journey. I want it to be perfect. I want the perfect way to get to the cemetery.
I believe a funeral should do two things. It should honour the deceased and comfort the bereaved. And I was a pastor for 20 years, and nothing helps people more than having a funeral service that's appropriate and representative of the life of the deceased. If the deceased loved violin music, why not have a violinist at the funeral? If the deceased was a Christian, sing hymns. If the deceased loved motorbikes, go down the road on a motorbike. What I do is something that represents people's lives. This man who died today, he loved motorbikes. It completely reflected his lifestyle. We went for a blast down the road, went on a country spin, then we went to the family home, then we came here all nice and dignified. What's alternative about that? Most people associate it with bikers. But when you think about it logically, when you see a horse-drawn hearse, you don't say, oh, he must have owned a horse.
Yeah, that's true.
This is for people for whom it's appropriate. We often get a wife contact us because she wouldn't let him have a motorbike. And it's on her conscience and she knows this is his last chance. We often get people pre-planning. I've got one next week for someone who had a three-wheel car. And he pre-booked our bike in 2006, and he specified it to be kept a secret until now. Yeah. And it was in his will, it was all paid for, and he says it'll be his last laugh. And he wants me to turn up next week with him in the bike, in a sidecar, and just see everyone start smiling.
This all sounds very, very good. I think I'm gonna try this out. Oh yeah. Okay, so I know how to get there now. Now I have to decide what I want my grave to look like. It's gonna be my home forever. Let's go and look at that grave. I like it. Look at that. What's on the crucifix? That's what I love that when it's like carved in. And this one is amazing. They've got a duck and dogs and a little car. This man, he died when he was 46, and his wife died when she was 86. So she lived alone for 40 years to be reunited in the grave with her husband. Remember thy children that sleep, for I will bring them out of the secret places of the earth, and shew mercy unto them. I need to think about what I want on my tombstone.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, okay. Let's bring him on.
Have you ever thought about what you would like on your headstone?
No.
No?
No.
Does it like make you think when you see all
Well, the only thing I would say is if I had a headstone, I wouldn't have polished granite. The way I look at it is that the stone, if it's sandstone, deteriorates and ages with the grave, if you like, with the person buried. I think the stone should last and stay there, and if it starts to deteriorate and flake a bit and that, well, that's just all part of the aging process. I think the same as, you know, somebody in the ground, they decompose and the coffin rots and breaks down, and so I just think, you know, having a headstone that will last 100 years, you know, and look almost as good as when it was put there, I don't like that idea.
The most beautiful things here are the things that don't have anything to do with tombstones. So maybe there's just another way. Maybe I don't have to have a tombstone. I found a place where you can get a tree instead of a tombstone. I want a Christmas tree. I meet Marcus, who is going to show me around.
Brick, brick, and that's the centre point. So there's a brick there, there's a brick there, there's a brick there. So this is a plot. And obviously the people who've chosen it have gone for this. They like this tree.
Oh, so you choose a tree? It's not like you
No, you choose the plot, because this plot's got two trees in.
And then you plant a tree?
No, not here.
No.
Up there, yeah, we plant trees.
Oh.
Because these have already been planted, people pick the tree that they actually want. So you normally get someone who goes, right, I want an oak tree, and they'll go off and find an oak tree. But we've got...
You have like a Christmas tree?
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Saying goodbye is a complex process. So we give people the time to do it. You go to a crematoria, you get half an hour. You get 5 minutes to get in, 20-minute service, 5 minutes out. And normally you're being pushed out by another family. It sucks. Major league. I went to my nan's funeral. I went to walk out the door I came in. I said, no, you can't. We've got another family coming in. You've got to go out the side door. Quite frankly, I was offended.
What would you have for your funeral? Have you ever done
Oh,
that?
I've already picked some music. I listen to a piece of music and I go, yeah, I want that. But I don't know.
I'm an agnostic.
I firmly believe that there is a God. I'm not going to try and convert anyone, you know, convert the heathens and all that, and the infidels. But no, you know, everyone's entitled. I mean, that's why none of this ground's consecrated. I'm sure you could have your plot consecrated if you wanted to get a priest in. That's not no biggie. But it's not. It's because we have Christians, Mormons, Jews. Yeah, they got a tree up here. We have people walking out of here going, I know I shouldn't say this, but that's the best funeral I've ever been to. I mean, there is an essence of it's being sombre and everyone, you know, you get people crying, which is understandable. And there are always really heavy emotions flowing around the place. But a majority of the time, you'll hear laughter. And, you know, people remember the good things.
I decide to take a look around by myself. Wow, it smells really nice. It's really hard to imagine that a couple of hours ago there was actually a dead person in a casket right there. And this was filled with people and they were all crying, and that's why you have all the boxes of tissues. And they were burning the candles, and that's why it smells like that. And outside, the sun is shining and the birds are singing. I've gotten over my fear of maggots. I've got my perfect funeral song. I know how I'm going to get to the cemetery, and I know I'm going to have a Christmas tree. Now all I have to do is let my family know what I want. Okay, I planned most of my funeral now, and I have peace of mind again. I can sleep at night with the light off. Hooray! And now I'm ready to go and live the rest of my life. Debs, we miss you so, because you are dead and stiff and cold. But when alive, you were so smart, the person we went to for advice. So grounded as a person, never conceited or arrogant. Your sarcasm was of the highest standards, and so was your morality. And now you're gone, your life motto seems so right, as you said. I don't involve in any unnecessary movement.